Hi everyone, and welcome to what is going to be a sort of casted game again, and this time it is Barbecue Man 666, which is DeMusliM's Smurf account, if you will. I'm just going to pause quickly. Against SalzZ Good Game. I have no idea who that is. So basically, DeMusliM has made a Smurf account because he hit rank 1 and then no one would play with him. And as a result, he wasn't able to practice. And obviously, if you're a top tier player and you want to enter competitions, you need to practice constantly. So, you know, DeMusliM got in the situation where he couldn't practice, which isn't good. And obviously, he also streams everything on Twitch. All of these games are accessible, so I can see the replays and things. Please do go check him out on Twitch because he is a really good streamer. He's a commentator and ex-player of StarCraft 2 in the, you know, professional terms. So because he was a commentator there and still does that on the side, it means that he actually explains what he's doing a lot of the time. He engages with the community as he's playing. You know, obviously he goes a bit quiet when he's concentrating a lot, but better than most players. Anyhow, so he's on this new account, he's going up the ranks with it. So some of these games he's knocking out the park really easily, some of them are a bit more challenging, but I think it's interesting just to see how the strategies change whether you're a really high level player versus someone who's not quite as high level. Basically what we'll do is quickly reveal the entire map. I'm just going to click play so we can see everything. There we go. Let's check the game type. So this is Warring Islands, European Temperate. Let's pause that again. Let's just have a quick look. So over here, we have SalzZ as the French, and then we have DeMusliM as the Rus way over here. Got a couple of islands in the middle. Got our trade post there, or trade port, I should say. A couple of sacred sites. Oh, we've got 2 relics on that island, 1 on that island, and 1 on each starting island. Is the gold and everything the same? 3 gold there. Yeah, 4 gold in total. A couple of stone, and the same here. Oh, actually, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. But here, we've got a 4,000 and 3 8,000. So SalzZ actually has less gold right off the bat. That's interesting. Stone-wise, about the same. Okay, so other than that, it's about equal. And similar amounts of wood, if not slightly more wood, possibly for DeMusliM on this one. Anyhow, let's get this show on the road. So, going straight for wood here for DeMusliM, and I would imagine, yeah, same at the other side as well. Obviously, wood very important because you want control of that water. You want to get all the food from the fish. There is a lot of fish on this map, obviously. So that's priority number 1. When I was playing a lot when the game first released, as the French, cough cough, I wasn't totally abusing the knights. You know, any water maps, straight on the wood, get in the water. It made such a difference. And it wasn't even about controlling the water with the hulks, it was just about having access to the fish. Next villagers coming out are going on the sheep, so you still have a little bit of food income. Because you still need to keep producing while you're waiting for the fishing ships to get stuff out. You don't just want to stop. Now, I honestly haven't seen many water maps recently. This is actually the first game I'm watching properly with a lot of water. I sort of half-watched a game today with DeMusliM on a similar map against the Rus, and he did win that one. But yeah, you don't see many people sticking around for water maps. I think people try to skip them. But I think it's always interesting, that adds a completely different dimension to the game. So I mean, basically it's now a little bit of waiting around for fishing ships to come out. And again, you know, it provides a little bit of defense, all of this. It's very hard to do a rush on a map with so much water. Yes, you could build a transport ship, and yes, you could build a bunch of troops and send them across. But by the time they get there, there's no guarantee that they're going to be any use. And also there's the risk you get shot down on the way across. I've seen it used very effectively though, you know, getting across the other island, getting a villager across and putting down a barracks or something like that. And that's all about whether the person is scouting their island continuously. And that's an important thing to do. If you're on an island map, you need to scout continuously. Do not stop scouting, because given the opportunity, someone will come to the end of your island here, and, you know, there's some, what is it, stealth forest, if you will, there. Should we call it that? You know, you can build buildings in that and you won't be able to see them. You know, just, that's the sort of area you would be wanting to build stuff, but if you could. I know you can certainly build hunting lodges in there, because I've done that as the Russ a few times. So, lots of lodger fishing ships here. Fishing boats over there for the French. Now, interestingly, I was about to say, not going for any gold, but of course, playing the Russ, so he doesn't need to. He already has 115 bounties for killing all of these deer. And probably the sheep as well. There's still a sheep standing, I'm surprised by that. It's going straight to tier 2. And on the other side of the map, I'll just quickly switch our view. So, not quite enough gold to go up yet. A little bit behind, but not far off. There we go, there's enough there now. Straight away. School of Cavalry. Interesting choice. I don't suppose it makes too much difference which one you choose on this map. And let's switch back to DeMusliM. Now, it's doing this annoying thing where it will show up some of the units as the wrong colour. It's a little bit funny, the system. Loads of lodger ships coming out there. Still just this focus on economy at the moment, really. And that's the advantage to an island-based map. You can sort of focus on your economy a bit more, because you're not necessarily going to get attacked straight away. A little bit of scouting from SalzZ Good Game. $5 on gold now for DeMusliM. 12 on wood. Just the ships on food, really. I mean, these guys will be going back to... Oh, going straight for wood. Fair enough. I mean, there should be so much food coming in from these guys now, then it's not really necessary. And the other thing to remember is about the Russ. They have teleportation technology, so they don't have to go back to the dock with the fish. They just magically teleport it there. Which I always think is a bit cheating, but there are always a few cheating things in these games. So that's been converted to a lodger attack ship. Just doing a little bit of damage there. It's hidden his fishing boats in there, which probably isn't a bad idea, but it's certainly not going to do any damage. I would have potentially just moved them. What's going on over here? So you got the School of Cavalry out. We've got 15 on wood, 10 on gold, none on food, obviously. I'd be concerned about that though now, because there is no income from the ships. So we go. We got hulks come out now. Now the hulk's still wreck face. Look at that. I haven't played a water map for a long time. Since the patch, the hulks, but they still wreck face, so that was a lot of damage that they output there. So what we're looking at now, we have 20 on wood, nothing on food, and 6. Well, 6 potentially on gold. And that's wood as well, so we've still only got 5 on gold. Plenty of food available. But that food currently is just going into churning out villages. Oh, we've got an upgrade going on here. We have the steeled arrow. So that's upgrading damage basically for the ships. And over here we've got 2 hulks out. And those hulks will probably take out that attack ship. Yeah. Yeah, those hulks still do a lot of damage. Back on the food here. SalzZ Good Game is still struggling for food, just constantly spending it on the same, just getting villages out. Villages wise, population is 40 for DeMusliM and 35 with a military of 13 for SalzZ. What else does SalzZ have? 3 hulks. Is it the hulks that are counting towards that? The hulks count as 4, yeah, so 4. That's 12 plus the scout. So no other military units, it's just the hulks. Okay. And I'm going to quickly do that, just because it drives me slightly bonkers when everything's the wrong colour. Any more upgrades? No, just the 1 for now. No professional scouts or anything, but not really needed on this map. Not done the broadaxe upgrade. Has taken the wood cutting one though. Getting wheelbarrow now. And going up to tier 3 or age 3 with the high trade house. Oh, we've got a bit of a fight going on here. Now these hulks, yeah, these hulks are doing a lot of damage. Look at that. Now you could convert all of these to combat ships, but it's probably not worth it. Well, saying that, it does have, what, 5 attack ships? But those hulks are absolutely wrecking face. Wow. I mean, they're taking a lot of damage themselves. Another hulk coming in there. And another one coming. Economy-wise, I feel like DeMusliM is still quite far ahead, though. Look at the damage output on those things. The hulks, it's crazy. Does dancing them around like that make a difference? I do always wonder. I mean, this will have, to some extent, stalled DeMusliM's economy in the sense of he's not getting fish. I do sort of wonder to myself if it's worth for, like, someone who's playing Rust to send some to the top end of the map there. Because if they're teleporting the fish back anyway, then they could easily be sending some ships to fish up here and hope they just don't get noticed. But all the while this is going on, DeMusliM obviously has no food income. Yeah, so there we go. Now starting to churn out villages onto the sheep again. And no one down here. So he does have access to all these deer, so he could build a hunting lodge down there. A hunting cabin, I should say. Quite a bit of a... I wasn't expecting quite so much boat combat, to be honest. I think I'm always surprised in Age 4 when there's a lot of that. Oh, demolition ships are out. Oh, they do a lot of damage. Are they expensive, though? Demolition ships. 160 wood. It's not too bad, I suppose. Still in Age 2 over here. I expect because of the price of churning out so many hulks. Yeah, those Logi demolition ships are crazy good. Though the demolition ships for the French are... they're the same price. Maybe the Russian ones are just better. Again, you know, it's just not something you see very often. The whole naval warfare. So, although I played it a bit in the betas and on release, not done it much since. Yeah. Look at that. The blast radius is pretty big, to be fair. It certainly scared him off. Now this is 12 minutes of a 20-minute game. Nearly 13 minutes, I should say. I'm just wondering how this is going to end. Is it going to end based purely on naval warfare? Because we're still not seeing any land units at all. .45 population in terms of... hang on a minute. In terms of villages. Compared to 53. So SalzZ Good Game now has more villages. I suspect that obviously any Lodger fishing ships also counted as economy. So losing all of those fishing ships will mean that it's put DeMusliM back a bit. Any other upgrades being done yet? Has got the second level of the range damage for arrows. Any other upgrades? Nothing else there, just a wheelbarrow. I don't think there's been any upgrades for the ships either, has there? I don't know if it... yeah, because surely it would... maybe it wouldn't, actually. I was thinking to myself, is there an easy way to tell what research has been done? So I don't know if anything's been done here. Let's have a look at the other side. This is the one thing you... if you click on a ship, so that's an attack ship. It doesn't really say anywhere if you've had any research done, does it? Military player score, landmarks, wounded, sacred sites. Can you see player score? Military, income per minute. Doesn't really help, does it? I think if you know the units very well, then you'd be able to see if there has been an upgrade done that affects that ship. But I don't know the numbers to that extent. What have we got going on over here? I don't even see... oh, there's a blacksmith. I think you get the first level of that for free, but I could be wrong. It's finally going to the castle age over here. Has a marker up. Now that's definitely an overwhelming force now from DeMusliM. Maybe this is sort of the beginning of the end, just in terms of DeMusliM being able to take out the docks. That's interesting. I honestly wasn't expecting this to be a sort of purely naval fight. But I think it might be the case that that's what's going to happen here. Still building that guild hall. But I mean, there is no way... yeah, he's not even building anything here. I thought you might see some hulks or something. hang on. When did this happen? Not paying enough attention to the map. I said it earlier, didn't I? The one risk is that someone gets into your base by building on your island. So at some point recently, they got down here. I wish I could rewind this, because I'd love to see when this happens. But look at this, archery ranges coming out. Now, the issue is food income. He's got farms up, a couple of farms. That's a lot of barracks that have been built in a hurry, I think. Now that's the obvious risk, is that you bring out spearmen versus horses, and the spearmen, if they get close to archers, will do a lot of damage. So at the moment, I think once again DeMusliM has the upper hand here. What might have been a sensible idea if they had the resources was, and they do have the resources, build some towers. Towers, and then put your villages in them to help defend against counter-attack from DeMusliM. Because DeMusliM needs to take out these buildings, really. Now, I'm pretty sure DeMusliM wins this. But I'm just sort of wondering... I know these are getting attacked now. But, I don't know, I kind of would have gone for building a couple of towers. I suppose the thing is, in the grand scheme of things, DeMusliM is going to be able to produce more units. But towers act as a good deterrent. DeMusliM uses them himself. Putting a castle up, that's a bold move. I would have gone for a couple of towers first. I mean, there's no way that's going up. It takes too long to build. Yeah. No, I think that's why it's game. Good effort, though. I mean, that was the thing I was thinking should happen earlier in the game, to be honest, not so late on. I didn't even see them go over there. I'm embarrassed I missed that after mentioning it in the first place. I was just so focused on that naval combat. That was quite a fun game. Just to see the amount of naval combat. But demo ships, very good. You sort of don't realise how good they are. I don't get to see the score for that, which is a shame, but never mind. Oh well, thanks very much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. And do check out DeMusliM. His link will be below over on Twitch. And I'll see you all soon for some more Age of Empires 4.